September 11, 2001, 5:15 a.m. It was more than just a beautiful morning. The sun was already beginning to show her face over the mountains near my home, and the sky was a brilliant blue. The kind of blue you see in island waters that once glanced imprints itself a lasting image. Birds were singing, and the wind was calm and gentle with the scent of fresh flowers and cleanly cut grass. The air was stimulating. Everything was alive. It was the kind of day that inspired being in love and the appreciation of love. It was the day that brought beauty to perfection. I wanted to skip going to the office that day. I wanted to play hooky and just relax in my garden or take a long drive through the mountains and enjoy God's wonder. But duty called. My days often began very early and ended very late, but it only bothered me on days like these, days when I would much have preferred my sneakers, jeans, and a t-shirt to the Barami suit and 1-inch designer heels I was now wearing. It would have pleased me immensely to just pack a picnic basket. Instead, I was stuffing my laptop into its ugly black bag and readying myself for the office. The hour was getting late, so I got dressed quickly and reluctantly drove to the train station. 6:20 a.m., Train 1. The station was only about 17 minutes from my home. The views of the mountains between here and there are spectacular. The trees are like these picture-perfect heads of broccoli seated at the foot of heaven, and the blue sky provides a magnificent canvas and backdrop. It's amazing to watch. Usually, I enjoyed the drive. 65 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone along a country roadside. Wow, it's stimulating to say the least. Usually, it was invigorating. Usually, jazz radio provided the ambiance for my early morning escapes, but this morning, however, I had better things to do than take that particular drive and go into the city. Hence, that drive was punishment of sorts, and it seemed to take forever. Commuting was like work in itself, nothing to look forward to. At best, it could be taxing. I lived about 2 hours from my office in the city and had to take 2 trains to get there. Both trains demanded skill and good timing to ride successfully, and after about 8 years of practice, my timing was still not the best. I pulled into that train station just as the train arrived. Every morning, that train screeched into my station almost empty, and then by the second stop, it filled with its usual cast of colorful characters. There was Jack, the conductor. He knew all of the everyday riders by name. He was a friendly 35-year-plus railroad veteran whom most thought to be a workaholic. He worked 2 jobs, ran his own limousine company, never took a sick day, and worked half of his vacation time. Kudos to Jack, because at nearly 70 years old, his energy was inspiring. The ride into the city was rather uneventful, I'd say. There was never anything new happening. We had only to look forward to the same old worn leather seats, the same smell of newspaper, and the same cliques of riders. The more popular riders sat in the middle of the train car every day so as not to miss anything. They were the ones in the know. They were the ones who started and ran the rumor mill. They laughed the loudest and tried desperately to create some sort of commuter vibe. They were the ones who, between my naps, kept me amused. I remember 3 of them in particular very well. Jan was a young, impressionable legal assistant who likely believed that the louder she talked, the more probable it was that she was right. She was a tall, slender woman, very attractive with dark hair, and most of the men smiled when she sat near them. Lorna was another of my favorites, a financial advisor. This beautiful plus-size woman wore her hair and makeup flawlessly styled always. And judging from all the advice she willingly gave those who sat near her, she was gold at heart. In fact, she was warm, sensitive, and her laugh was contagious.